Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Monday nights with Massettis and friends. Monday, November 10th. Coming off a big weekend, the big Golden State Invitational. We've got the whole crew here, except Kev just left. But boys, Uncle Steve, Kev, thank you guys for being here.
Hey.
Everybody well rested and feeling good?
Yeah.
Yes.
My back hurts, but other than that, I'm pretty good.
Why does your back hurt, Steve?
I mean, in fairness, it was sore before I got up there. It hurt a lot more Saturday night, though.
What
It
happened?
didn't get. I think Justin, when he was driving the sled, bumped into me.
Probably. Yeah.
Pretty hard.
Yeah.
Justin rear-ended you, huh?
Yeah, but that's exactly what it was.
Sorry to hear that.
Go ahead and talk to him about the the little bumper
Damage. Yeah.
damage we got.
I will.
You should not have done that.
I'll bring that up in our next meeting.
Yeah.
He's usually nicer than that. So
Well, his wife was in the sled with him, and I think she might have been like egging him on a little bit. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know.
what did you do to piss her off?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes people just are that way with me.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah. I'll make it up. I mean, I'll make friends with her next time.
Okay, good. But other than Justin rear-ending Steve on Saturday night of the Golden State Invitational, I think it was a fantastic weekend. Want to thank everybody who was there, competitors, crew members, families. I don't know. I don't really know what could have gone better, but how do you guys all feel about the weekend?
I mean, we could have pulled better, but the weekend was great. The poll was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once again,
we didn't
perform the best, but the poll. Dang it! I apologize for my camera. I'm not sure what's going on here.
We'll just keep watching Kev flip back and forth. So
yeah.
No, our performances were not at the top of the pack, but 6 passes, everything ran. We did not take anything back to the shop to work on it overnight Friday night. So I'm proud of, well, I guess really just James and Trevor drove on Friday. So I'm proud of you guys for not breaking anything.
There might be something to that. Yeah.
Nothing broke on
Uncle
Saturday.
Steve and Kev, you guys did your part on Saturday because you didn't break anything then either. So good job to all of you guys.
I mean, we wouldn't have ruined the show like James and Trevor could have, but by not having, by damaging the vehicles. But I also thought it was really cool to go to the poll because there's a lot of people that, I've met just here on the podcast and hadn't really met in person. And so that was really nice to meet them. And thankfully, most of them were either somebody warned them that I'm terrible with names or they were just very gracious and reintroduced themselves because that helped me a lot. So, but it was for me, that was a real nice element of this poll.
Oh, good. Well, I really appreciate you being there, making the trip to come up here.
I was happy to do
it. I thought it was cool. And kind of a funny story about that. So Saturday night, Pookie, who was a guest and also a competitor there, he came and rode in the sled with me for a minute. And you and Sarah were down on the track there by the sideline. And he rode a couple, and I said, "Oh, Pookie, I'm gonna have you get out because I want my niece to jump in with me." And he says, "Okay, is that her standing with Uncle Steve?" I said, "Yeah, that's her with Uncle Steve." And he says, "Okay, I'll go get her." So then he's the one that came over and had her come in. So anyways, I just thought it was kind of cool that
I got called Uncle Steve a lot more that weekend than a normal weekend. Yes.
Yeah, that's
oh my God,
that's understandable. Anyways, quick. I think tonight we're going to recap the weekend. We're going to go through and congratulate our winners. Next week, we're going to start lining up the ring winners, and we'll bring them on one at a time to talk about their experience and how they did. But some people know, some people don't. But Friday morning, our weekend started with a field trip from the Sherman Thomas STEM Academy, local middle school here that James actually attended and graduated from. It's been a lot of fun to.
You got to put Justin's comment up because that's pretty good.
I hadn't seen him yet.
That's true. That's true. It is hard to back up a bicycle. So
yeah,
it's also hard to back up yellow fever, as it turns out.
It's pretty tough. Yeah.
Sorry, I had missed a few comments over here, so we'll go back and yes, everyone is still upright. We appreciate that too.
I'm a little sideways. Sorry.
I think she was talking about the Kevin.
Huh?
Oh, see, that's fine.
Oh,
And I was
gotcha.
She was.
And
he was.
Jason has whiplash from riding in the Tesla. I don't even want to know what that's about.
We did not go. We did not go on the track.
Well, I know you didn't because I personally locked the gate. James won $50. That's pretty good, James. Courtney's highlights were James's instant replay shotgun and Jason, John, and Kevin roping. Okay, well.
Yeah, you guys missed that part.
Yeah.
I heard about it.
I think it's good. And John wants to know about a college nickname.
Well, it's funny because wasn't Pookie the one that was talking about a 10-inch donkey tip on his exhaust? Was that him that was talking about it? It was on that show. That was my favorite college nickname so far.
Chris has a good point here.
That's true.
Very good point there, Chris. But back to Friday morning, we did have the field trip with about 75 middle school kids. I'm going to throw a little video up here, I think. I don't know what's...
These are jet turbine engines that came out of helicopters from the late 60s, all right? They're completely different in the...
Just a small clip. Thank you to Dr. Zons for being there. Todd Conrado from MJC also had a station, and then the Cal Poly tractor pull team had a station where they had the kids do the pedal sled and then drag a weighted skid, and they calculated each kid's horsepower. And then Justin and I explained to them how the sleds work and basically what we do. So that was a lot of fun to have them there. Great kids, great school. So they French Star. Very good.
Star. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys don't mind, I'm just going to leave the camera like this. I don't know what's going on.
Just turn your head. Yeah,
Thanks for lay down, Kev.
Kevin, just rotate the iPad so that it is naturally in the vertical orientation. Well, there we go.
Okay, that's a little awkward for me, but okay.
Okay, and John says same thing they called him at the bar.
I think he's talking about Uncle Steve.
Oh,
yeah, well, Uncle Steve's gone. Anyways,
here.
So Friday morning,
thought we
great field trip. I want to thank everybody that was involved in that. I know the students appreciated it. It's a great way to let these kids experience something they normally wouldn't. So thank you to all involved in that. Friday night, the action on the track was awesome. I don't think anybody really had a shitty pass, like terribly. Just we didn't do as good as other people, but everybody did great. So I think what we would like to do is just kind of go through each class and just we want to highlight the winners of each class for both nights. So if you guys are okay with that, we'll start right here.
Yeah, this one, 6,000 super stock went to Jason Hicks and all wound up. I believe, Dad, correct me if I'm wrong, but he did not have a motor in the truck until Tuesday, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think he got his crank back from the machine shop or something until Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, damn.
And then he had to put the motor together, then put the truck together. So
he's been out for quite a while, right? And
yes.
comes back
Quite a-
with the new motor.
Quite a comeback.
Yeah, very impressive. Tight class too, both nights. Very tight class.
Yes. Yes. Very good.
And then
Next class.
our boy Dean here, when in the work stock class. Are we going to rotate through, or how do you want to do this, Dad?
We were going to.
Yeah, I
Trevor
thought
was-
we were.
Go ahead,
That's
Trev.
right.
I'll talk about it.
Keep
Dean.
them
Dean pretty much dominated the work stock class all year, and then came out Friday night and put a whooping on everybody else. So they've definitely got that truck dialed in.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Kev, sideways, Kev.
Looks like on Friday, Kevin Lucas had a pretty dominating run over the Bulla. Very impressive. Good to see Kevin and his family.
That's an ass whooping right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we know what that feels like.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh.
the light mods, old Tasmanian Steve, kind of put an ass whooping on that class too. But that class is good. A lot of variety of different vehicles and great people. So,
Mm-hmm.
but congrats to Steve nonetheless.
And Hot Farm, I believe this is one of the classes that won me a little bit of money.
Oh yeah.
Brad
Yeah, I'm
Griffin
stoked
and
about
White Claw edged out Spielman in that. And unfortunately, it was the only night Spielman got to pull.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
But congrats to Brad there.
Absolutely.
Good job, Brad.
This one, Country Mod, went to Brady. Another pretty tight class, I believe. We'll see. But Saturday night, there was a good mix up from Friday. Definitely competitive throughout the weekend. But Brady made a good pass. I watched this one. It was solid. The truck was hooked up.
Definitely.
And then Jim kind of put the smack down on Everett, it looks like. I didn't get to see that pass, but those two trucks are usually pretty competitive. So Jim must have just been on a good pass.
Yeah.
Is this me? It's my turn.
It's your turn, Kello.
You got Bodacious Bob coming in pretty hot on Friday. That was a pretty tight class too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of real
Mhm.
tight groups in there. Bob made a heck of a pass. Vindicator did pretty good too.
Both of them did. Yeah. That's a tough class.
Very, very close.
Yes, it is a tough class.
Mm-hmm.
And the heavy modifieds, I'm going to be honest, when Jeremy pulled, I thought something might have been wrong with the sled, but I checked everything worked just like it was supposed to. And then the next two guys went, and that's actually where I expected to see them. Jeremy Correa just had one hell of a pass.
He
that
was
one.
hooked up. It was impressive.
It was,
I bet it was a
I
little
don't-
scary to ride.
No, but I mean,
All right.
it wasn't what I expected. I could tell you that. I want to say it was like 37 miles an hour or something. It was up there.
You had to be moving.
Yeah.
Hey, my class. I mean, not
Yeah, it's
really,
your
but-
class.
This is your class, Steve. All year it's been
So-
your class, and we appreciate that.
Is Pipe Dream? I thought it was called Ginny Light.
It was until he
all
changed
right.
it.
He's renamed it, just hadn't repainted the bumper. Okay.
Yeah.
So Brandon Smith in his brand new to him truck threw down a huge pass at 3:54.80 to take home the class with his first appearance, I think, at an MLM pull in that truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yeah.
true. They almost edged out a 1-2 finish, father and son there, but Papa Paul
Yeah.
for plans. So it's good to see Keith back out too.
Yes.
For all
Yeah.
from Trey Smith on down in this list, I'm going to call you guys a bunch of young guys. You got your work cut out to catch up to them old guys. So,
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is
Yeah,
also
that's
one of the classes that made us some money, right, Trev?
Yep.
Yeah, congratulations on that, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll have to
We don't
find
have-
out about
yeah.
the illegal gambling ring that's going on later, but we'll
I
get
do
to
not
that.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is this me? Yeah, Supermod. So Brant Sullivan came out and was pretty dominant. Both, I mean, we'll see the next result later. One of my favorite lines of the weekend was Brant came up to me. I think it was maybe it's Thursday or Friday, and said, "Hey, Uncle Steve, I just want you to know you're my favorite Massetti brother. I know I've never met you before, but you're my favorite Massetti brother."
That was
Good
kind of
note.
hurtful to the other ones.
Yeah.
Were you standing there? One of you was there. I knew that. So anyway,
No,
that
I wasn't
was a real
there,
high
but
point for me. It was a high point of my
yeah.
weekend.
I feel like I've
So
known
thank you,
Brent for a few years, and you knew him for a few seconds, and you were the favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Brant has
Checked out.
questionable judgment sometimes.
It's true. The Super Farm class, Brent took the win on Friday. I think they definitely didn't get the ring last year. I don't know. I think they had some vengeance for this class and definitely secured it on Friday.
Definitely.
The Kane Truck and Modified Tractors class, we saw Robbie's tractor come out brand new, put down a hell of a pass, lost a motor in the process, but was still not enough to beat Steve. But honestly, I think if that motor stayed together, he could have had something for him because
I think he might have had it that night.
he was on a hell of a pass, yeah. But Steve got the job done.
It's definitely a badass machine.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's all of our Friday night classes. So now we're going to go into Saturday night. Kev.
Tanya Haley pulled off the win. This is a close class here. Look at all those.
Oh, dang.
Mhm.
That was,
Everybody above 300. Wow.
Look at the three of them at 318, though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's one within 300ths of an inch. I mean, two of them.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats to her. That was a great pull.
Tanya was the first hook of the night. And
Wow.
at 320, I thought, "Ooh, shit, that's a very good truck." And she drove great. Well, let's just see what happens. And
It's a good choice.
she had poor girl had to sit through 8 other vehicles, but she remained the winner. So congratulations. And in our work stock class on Saturday night, Dean continued his dominance with another 10-foot win. Looks like DSS Max got second both nights, but congrats to Dean on being the Friday and Saturday winner. So obviously sweeping the weekend, he became the ring winner for the work stock class. So congrats to him.
And Hot Farm, Kevin Lucas once again pulled it out over Anthony Grappetti in the Henri Deer. It was a good hook by Kevin.
Definitely.
And in the light modified tractors, I'd have to say I think this was the biggest upset in the whole weekend. Garrett Forbes took the win over Steve and the rest of the competitive class. Much tighter than normal this class was, but Garrett had a real good run. And for those that don't know, his tractor was originally built as a 74 or a 7,200 pound tractor at the time. And he dropped 1,200 pounds to go to the 6,000 class. So it's definitely a wild ride every time, but he managed to pull it out here on Saturday.
It was neat to see that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Country Mods. This was a pretty good class. It was cool to see the Peteros come all the way. Where are they from? Idaho?
Yep.
Are from Idaho.
All the way from Idaho to come. And then we got to hear this cool story about how Jacob's dad, I'm blanking on his name, but he used to race at Madera Speedway in like on the racetrack, roundy rounds. And there's a picture of Jacob when he was little with his dad in the victory.
Oh, that's really cool. That's neat.
yeah, so then they got to take that picture, but this time Jacob was the winner and his dad was there helping him. So that's
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
That is pretty awesome. Just to come full circle like that, this far away from where they live. But
It's
anyways,
another tight class.
Kevo.
This one's me. This was a very competitive night for Brad. Poor John, unfortunately, I think they did all they could do to get that California haymaker running again, but didn't quite work out. And
no.
Brad was able to pull off. That's a hell of a run, 320.
But actually, Saturday night it was William Bailey, Brad's
Oh.
future son-in-law, drove the tractor.
Slick Willie.
And William was going to bring his tractor, but had a rod knock a couple days before the event, so he left the tractor home. But he was there from Thursday morning on, working the track all weekend. So huge thanks to Willie for that.
That's awesome.
In our Massettis Consulting Limited Pro Stocks, the top two were once again Mr. Brandon Smith and Mr. Keith Powell. Definitely tough running trucks. Really, that whole
Tyler
class
picked it
is
up
tough.
on night 2, though. I mean, Tyler's made a big improvement between Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. No, that is a tough class from top to bottom. So congrats to everybody there.
Oh, and heavy mod tractors. Jeremy Correa came out again, threw down a big pass, 375, and took home the win again.
I think that takes away any concern about the sled because that was a different sled.
Different
Yes.
sled, different track.
Yep. So, and that's exactly what I thought when he did that. And I said, holy cow, this thing is just on a tear. So congrats to the Koreas.
The Cane Trucking modified tractors on Saturday, Steve once again took the win, but this time Paul Barcelos was in second place. He had a good run. I felt pretty good about the all 4 runs, the top 5 even, Max Cackle. All the tractors made very, very respectable passes. Steve and Brant did what they did and came out on top by a couple
They
feet.
did. That's probably the tightest top 3 there's been in that class in quite some time.
In a while. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
4,
Definitely.
4, 5, and 6. They did their best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Thanks,
yeah,
Kev.
way to go, James, on Saturday.
But
Sheesh.
let's I was just gonna say this was actually Uncle Kev driving
was
Saturday. James drove Friday.
Aw, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna
I'm
try to
glad we
blame it
didn't
on
make a
him.
bet, Kev, because we both would have lost.
We would have both lost. Yes,
Tied.
correct. We did tie, and that is always a loss for both of us.
Yep. Always.
Is this one? Who's this
Kev.
one?
Me too, Kev. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this one was actually kind of crazy because Bodacious Bob went out first, put down
man.
a hell of a pass at 333 feet. And then because he's Bob, he decided to drop it. And
That wasn't a sled reset?
no,
he dropped.
I walked over to him because I saw
Oh,
the truck sitting
shit.
over there. And I said, everything okay? What happened? And Kyle goes, oh, don't you know? We were first. So obviously we're going to drop it. It's like,
I think they
Man.
might rethink that methodology after this
maybe.
weekend.
But, to be fair, like you're the first one out. He got sucked all over every which way on the track. So you don't know. Maybe everyone else is going to go 340, But turns out Spike went 321. Bob couldn't replicate the first pass, went 314. Still enough to get the ring for Bob. But Spike ended up taking the win from him on Saturday.
Congrats to Spike. And thank you to Spike and Donnie and Reeve Trucking for sponsoring this class all year. Great to have them as part of the program. Kev.
This one's me. Saturday for the Pro Stocks, hammered down Jim Mulrooney. Pretty dominant win, looks like.
That one, I think Everett broke his front end.
Well, that'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Jim had a tough time getting that thing going once he was on the track, but once he started going down the track, didn't look like it was going to stop.
Another good class, though.
But he did.
Strong class.
Definitely.
Yeah, he did. They always
Congrats
do.
to Jim.
Strong class. Super Farm Saturday night. Actually, young Bradley drove the Chippenary tractor, and once again, they just beat everybody else in the class, and they swept the weekend, so they got themselves a pair of rings to take home. Appreciate Chippenary family always supporting our events and supporting the Invitational also. So congrats to Brent and Bradley for their great weekend.
And then super modified 2-wheel drives. Once again, Brent Sullivan. This was not a particularly dominating win, but look at that, 359. I mean, pulled it out the gate.
It's a good
Took home
pass.
the win, 100%. Second night in a row.
Yeah. Oh, great. And these 2-wheel drives are awesome. I love having them at this event because Brant's is the only one here in California right now. So he's come and made a few passes. Tommy and Candy came to a couple of our events this year, and Tommy made passes in his, but it's not something we get to see very often. So seeing them, seeing 6
For
or
us, it's a
7 of
rarity.
them here.
It was great.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, not to knock anything we get to see all summer, but they're pretty awesome. So a couple of shots of this is a shot from up high in the grandstands. Good crowd. You could see all the equipment lined up out there in the back. Just very happy with our crowd this weekend. If anybody's watching that was there, we really appreciate you coming out and supporting the event. That's a big grandstands. It holds a lot of people. So we're very appreciative for everybody being there. And we kind of touched on a few of the ring winners, but I was trying to figure out what the hell Steve's doing when we were getting dressed. But I'm going to run through the list of ring winners if we could. But in our 6,000 super stock, Jason Hicks winning Friday night, and I think he got third.
I feel like hang on, I feel like
we should
Steve,
address what's going on.
Just
you guys keep going.
Explain what happened. So last week on the show, if you all remember, we decided to make a little bet, me and Steve, since we were both driving Yellow Fever one night. We decided to bet on who was going to place the best out of the two of us in the class. So on Friday night, I drove Yellow Fever, and well, I should say, we agreed that the wager was going to be if I lost, I would have to grow out a mullet for an undisclosed period of time. And if Steve lost, he was going to have to shave that awesome beard of his. Believe it or not, on Friday, I got just a few spots further than Steve did on Saturday.
When this is over, I have some things to add about that. But
no, go ahead. But I'll just give my side for now.
Yeah.
The world is watching.
So, unfortunately for Steve, he does have to shave his beard. We also bet on Dad and Trevor's hair.
Yeah, but we can't remember how that bet went down.
We didn't really remember how it went. I'm pretty sure I get to shave Trevor's head, but I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, sweet.
So
either that or I get to shave Brian's
Trevor
head.
or Dad is going to have to have their head shaved, but that'll probably be next week on the podcast. Looking good so far, Steve.
Thank you. I need to take the mustache off, right?
Leave
Yeah,
the
I think so.
mustache. Leave it.
No.
I'm going to leave it for
Good.
now. But before we're done, but I think Brian wants to go through the
ring winners.
The ring winners, and then I feel like there's some things I need to add to the partial story that you just told.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
You look kind of
well, but I want to let Brian get back to the show.
Okay.
Well, I just want to give kudos to our ring winners. We could do it after your deal. Or...
No, I think this is a good time to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jason Hicks with his all wound up 6,000 super stock. Congratulations. Jacob Petro all the way from Idaho. country modified, no time. I want to say they got they got third the first night and first Saturday night.
Correct.
Brady got first Friday night and third Saturday night. So they tied on points.
Came down to a
So
tiebreaker.
then the first tiebreaker is a win. Well, they both had a win. Second tiebreaker was added distance. They were 1 foot apart.
No way.
So
That's
yes
cool.
way. I saw the numbers.
Wow.
And beloved Auntie Cece did all of the calculations, so I know it's accurate. So 1 foot there. Jim Mulrooney swept the weekend, got the ring. Pro Stock Diesel, Jeremy Correa in the heavy mods, double winner, gets the ring. Brandon Smith with his pipe dream, he won both nights. Bob Morrill's first and second, got him the ring. Dean Enrig swept. Brent and Bradley Chipineri swept. Brent Sullivan swept. Brad Griffin and Kevin Lucas. So we only had a couple that had multiple winners, it looks like. But anyways, I want to congratulate all of our competitors, but especially our ring winners for having a solid weekend, start to finish. I don't have a ring with me, but they're pretty awesome.
Neither do we.
Yeah.
Nobody else has
Yeah.
one either.
Yeah.
So sorry, guys. Well, there's always next year. We've got 364 days to plan and prepare and tune up our stuff. Okay. The goal is a ring next year at the Invitational. Anyways, I wanted to give a shout out to those guys. Also, I would like to flip this up real quick. Like all of our sponsors, everyone on here, it wouldn't happen without all of these people. This last one, Select Sweeping, is Christy's cousin, Craig Dybert, owns this street sweeping company. They brought out a street sweeper. I did not have to run the Bobcat sweeper for hours after the show. He swept the racetrack for us, the pits, because we got to get all that dirt up off of there. So thank you to them, but thank you to everyone involved. Couldn't have asked for a better weekend, I don't think. So anyhow, that is what I want to say about that. So Steve, you're up.
Could you put me on the big screen? Okay. So I've done so can we all agree? I mean, I know I still have to take the mustache off, but can we all agree I've paid my debt? Like I've honored the bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you might ought to think about leaving the mustache. That looks pretty good.
Well, thank you, Kevin. That's not, I mean, it's hard for me to see on the screen here, but I appreciate you saying that. I'll take a look at it. But I've got some things I would like to go through. So I have in front of you the finish order for Friday night. All right. And what you can see is, I mean, you've seen those numbers, but the one I want you, it's blurry.
Can you
All
make
right,
him big?
I am big.
So there's something wrong here on that computer.
It's
What I want to show you is I ran some comparisons.
Okay.
So what I would like to do is and look, I recognize we can't, I know I beat you by like 10 feet, but it was different tracks, different sleds. That doesn't matter. Like I accept that.
Yeah, we both accept that. Yeah.
Right. I did beat you by 10 feet, but it doesn't really,
Yeah.
like that's not super relevant, but some things that are relevant. So if we were to compare the ring winner, Bodacious, on the first night, he pulled 312 feet, 0.81. And I'm really sorry it's blurry. You, James, pulled 290 feet, 0.81. That's a difference of exactly, I wish you could read this because it says, how bad Bob beat James's ass. Exactly 22 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So 22 feet, that was 7.6% of your pull.
Yeah.
So now we could go to Friday and we'll compare Steve and the Yellow Fever to the ring winner, Bob Morrill and Bodacious. Okay.
Yeah.
So on Saturday, sorry, ring winner Bodacious pulled 314.15 feet. Yellow Fever Steve pulled 301.74 feet.
Mhm.
That's a difference of 12.41 feet, which is less than 22 feet. It's almost 10 feet less than 22 feet.
Yeah. Almost. Yeah.
4.1% of my pull. So,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I was 10 feet closer to the ring winner.
Yeah.
On my night than you were on your night.
Well, I kind of want to point out a few things here that I'm noticing. First, you're comparing us to the ring winner, which
I'm
happens
glad
to be
you brought
better
that
for you.
up.
But no.
No, that's a
I
totally
know
fair
you're also
point.
going to compare to Spike, and it was a different distance, and I get it.
We want to just go through that because we could go through the Friday night winner, which was also bodacious,
Yeah.
and how bad Bob beat James's ass is still 22 feet. Like that part doesn't
Oh,
change.
okay, that didn't change.
Okay. So then we could go to the Saturday and compare
Yeah.
the Saturday winner, Rag, which was 321.62. I was still at 301.74. And so then we have how bad Spike beat Steve's ass, which is 19.88 feet, or 6.6% of my poll. Now, 19.88 doesn't even start with twa.
No.
So it's definitely lower than 22. And then, you know what I thought, you know what, James is smart. He's going to say, well, you can't just compare us to the winner or the ring winner. Like, you got to compare us to the field. So I did some math.
Hold it directly
And
in
I've
front
put
of you.
together a spreadsheet that shows every poll on, this is Friday night. So it shows every poll on Friday night, and then it calculates the average. So the average poll on Friday night was 296.02. And I'll send this to you because I know you can't really see it right now. But the average poll was 296.02.
Hold it below your
poll,
face,
James.
Steve. Hold it below your face.
Okay.
There.
But I have to also see it. Okay.
That's going to be.
Oh, that's better. Okay. So the average poll was 296.02. Your poll is still 290.81. That's a delta of 5.21 feet, which is 1.7. The percent.
Hang on. Before you even get to the next page, I know you're going to do this again. Chris Daniels' truck, I believe it broke, which left him at like 255, skewed the data.
I mean, you could. you could. Obviously, you've done some of this math. So what you could really see, though, is my average against.
What the hell are now based on this?
I do some pro bono. But what you'll see is that I was only 2.11 feet behind the average, whereas you were, what did we say, 5.21. That's a difference of 3 feet behind the average.
But you're taking the average. Look at Chris's poll.
Hey, he got out there that night.
you know, you're right. Yeah.
Anyway, by every objective measure, other than the one we agreed on, I think we would be able to say that by most measures, James actually lost. And now I've paid my debt.
Except by placement and how hard I hit the sled when I backed up.
Well, we're gonna add that next year. That's like a bonus kicker. Whoever can hit the sled hardest gets whoever scares the sled operator the most gets a bonus.
Oh, I think you got that one locked up. That should have been the bet.
This year, yeah. But next year, no, I mean, we'll just see how it goes next year. Anyway, so I think by every objective measure, other than the one we actually agreed to bet on, James lost. And really, James, the reason I'm bringing this up, because I think you could grow a mullet, it's not going to be a big deal. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because our side bet was shaving either my brother or your brother's head. Yes, I'm pretty sure they both lost, and they both need to get their heads shaved. That's why they're getting it.
See, the math wasn't making sense to me, and now
That's not fair. That's not fair.
That was well done, Trevor.
It was Dad. It wasn't me.
Oh, well done, Brian.
It's definitely the most prep work that's ever gone into this show. Well done.
For sure.
Dude, it took work. Like, I didn't want to come in here unprepared. I want to make sure if I'm going to lay out a case, it's a winner. And I think James now agrees that case is a winner. And
it's totally a winner.
Our brothers are getting their heads shaved.
Yeah, you lost the bet because we did give the terms of our bet for the beard and the mullet, but we didn't really describe what it took to win the bet for Trevor and Dad's hair. So
I think we can call it a tie. We both lose. They both lose.
It's undeniable at this point.
Banquet haircuts sound pretty fun, though, Dean. Good job.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Brian, for indulging me in my moment here.
The math really has my head spinning. I don't even know. We don't know, Lori.
Sorry, Lori. We've tried multiple things. It keeps turning side. Look, they just did it. We're not touching anything.
Yeah, it's
If you have any advice, let us know.
So, I want to once again thank Christy for everything for the whole GSI weekend. She's off to the stage left here. Fantastic weekend. All the details. Karen, my sister-in-law, these boys, Auntie Karen, did so much for the Pullers breakfast and all of that. Kevin's Amanda was there in the booth, keeping things organized. Of course, Dad doing everything. Dad was there picking up the generator this morning. He was there last Monday discing, and every day in between doing something. Mom up there, Lexi organized our merch deal. Definitely a family deal, and to Kevin and James and Trev, it's all of our pulls are this way, but this weekend I probably overdid it asking you guys to just take care of stuff, and you handled it without a problem. Bree and the Cal Poly kids, the Modesto Junior College kids, Todd Conrado with their help. Just fantastic. The amount of help that pitched in. Brad, John, the whole track crew, those guys all volunteer their time. They were there for several days. So just fantastic. And Jason and Kinsey being out here. Lori's correct. Christy is awesome. It just was a fantastic weekend. Kind of sad it's over. But now we can start planning on the next one. But before we do that, we are having our banquet on the 22nd of November. So it's less than 2 weeks. We are having it at the MLM World Headquarters. We have the food booked and we have the location. I don't have any other details at this point, but if you are interested in being there, please feel free to reach out to me if you're seeing it on here. We'll probably put out a Facebook post, but we will have food and drinks and good people, and it will be a lot of fun. There is some room for a few campers. If you want to spend the night so you don't have to drive home. But please just reach out to me if you're available and you'd like to come. We're looking forward to that. One other thing I want to backtrack to, on Saturday lunch, we've kind of gotten in the habit of giving out a couple of awards. This year, it was very, very special to us to be able to name the Puller of the Year award after our dad and Nono, who's sitting over there sideways in the gray t-shirt.
Hold tight. There we go.
There's Dad.
It's only gonna last for a couple seconds.
I think everybody knows Dad, but Dad was the first recipient of the Puller of the Year, I don't know, 9 or so years ago. But now that is officially the Jim Massetti Puller of the Year award. So, Dad, we're going to pay tribute to you every year with that award. And we're very happy that Donnie Reeve was the recipient this year. Very fitting. So we think that's just awesome. Also, Code 3 Pull Team, the John Bower. We started a new award, the Dan Coelho Memorial Award. And the idea and the spirit of that award is somebody who's just a great steward for the sport of pulling. And we can't think of anybody better than John Bower for that. So congratulations to John and Donnie Reeve for their awards. And John is right. I think that pit party was a hit. We're definitely going to try to do that again. We might try to get a few more vehicles in there, but I think we had a good number for the space we used. And we definitely appreciate everybody who brought the vehicles in there. Garrett kind of helped us with that. Garrett Reeve did a great job. The Reedies were out there, the Seitzmas. We had our stuff, John Bower's truck, Garrett's truck, and then the
couple of
Daniel Vieira and Eric Roach's truck. Yes. So, and people like that. It's cool. It's cool to see that, and they get to interact with the drivers. And
I think the kids really the kids really enjoy getting that close to them, and just like actually being able to touch them. It was neat to see.
No, definitely. That's awesome. So I think that's kind of a good wrap on the invitational, and Steve shaved his beard and Trev's going to shave his head next week. I think all's right in the world.
Hey Jay, do you want me to take the mustache off?
No, I think you can keep it. We
You
just
look
agreed on
cool.
the beard, not the stash.
All right.
You look
How
like
long
a
do you have
fighter
to keep the
pilot.
beard off?
All right. The deal was just cut it off.
Just
Like
shave it. Yeah.
it's going to take a
Oh.
long time to grow back, so not that long. But you get my point. Like
Yeah.
it's having to deal with not having facial hair was the loss here.
It looks good.
Keep the
So-
stash. Looks neat.
Anything else? Go ahead. Next week we'll start lining up our ring winners. So you guys can be expecting calls and texts from me over the. So the good news is we could have our next 13 guests lined up right there. That makes it easy.
You might want to stack them and have a couple at a time.
Yeah.
We probably ought to.
Yeah, none of them will be us. That's one thing you don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Don't worry
That's
about
true.
that.
It's true.
So, and I do appreciate everybody who has called or texted in the yesterday and today, complimenting the weekend and, sharing their favorite experience or whatever. That means a lot because we definitely do put a lot of work into it, and this event is for pullers and it's all about pullers. So we hope that everyone does enjoy it and get something out of it. So I definitely like hearing that. And I've gotten a couple messages from people. Van Hazley texted me this morning that he watched it and he thought it was a great show. So people are seeing us on Full Pull. It's a big spotlight. So we have to remember that in the pits, and, we just have to be professional and look professional. And I think we do that very well as a whole, all the pullers. So I just can't thank everyone enough. It was a great weekend. All of you guys, it was fantastic. So now we'll go to bed early all week and try to catch up on sleep and get ready for the big banquet, in a little bit over a week and a half. And then we'll start planning on next year. So you guys have anything else before we sign off?
I don't know.
Great weekend. I was happy to be part of it.
Yeah, I was pretty
glad you're
tired
there.
last night, and I stayed up till like midnight watching the Full Pull.
Did you?
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, I turned it on, and I was like, I'm just gonna carry this one through. Yeah, I think that was a big. That is cool. It's a well produced thing, and I think a lot of people see it, and it looked very good and professional, and it was a hell of a show.
Yeah. Well,
It's cool.
that
to
takes
see-
everybody.
It's cool to see their evolution too, because like the first year compared to now, like I feel like their quality has improved a lot.
Oh yeah, it's kind of followed the same trajectory. It was a really it's a badass show to watch, and to be there or to watch it. Was
Exactly.
Jason does a really good job describing what's going on and everything. I mean, it was great. I'm obviously referring to Jason when he was there at the show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought he did a really good job as well. It was a nice, I don't know, not addition to the show, a nice part of the show for the audience to be able to see him doing that. And then of course the normal announcing is up above him. I thought that was really great.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. And I'm really glad we did first and second place on the winner
Yeah,
circle thing. That was cool.
That was good.
It was cool. The only
Yeah.
thing I had a concern about was it was really Friday night that, we had, I think 3 or 4 of the classes that came basically after the last poll, and you lose the audience at that point.
Yeah.
It's
So what
true.
are you going to do? Like, obviously that's the end of the show. People are going to leave. There's not a lot you can do. So, but Saturday, I do think it went, there were far fewer after the
Yeah.
show was over.
And even the ones that were, people stuck around to watch that.
Yeah. It
On
was
Saturday.
It was
Yeah.
great. I mean, the crowds were both great, but Saturday's crowd was phenomenal.
The place was packed.
It was good. Very good. So with that, I thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for joining us on Monday nights. It's why we do it, so we can connect with pullers. And Dad, thanks for sitting in.
Guess you had a dad.
No.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say anything because I'll be censored.
No, there's a lot you can say. There's just a few things you can't say.
Yeah, just kept-
So,
You know,
anyways,
I walked around the pits Friday and Saturday, and I tell you what, the nice people. It's just a great bunch of people. That's all there is to it.
definitely very well said. So with that, I think we will we'll sign off for the night, and we look forward to seeing everybody next Monday and we'll start spotlighting our ring winners. So thanks for tuning in. Everybody have a great week.
Night.
Hey.